Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode. And today we've got two special guests with us that are deep into the AI space. And we're going to be discussing why AI either will or will not replace agencies and how agencies that are using AI will most definitely replace those that are not. So, with that, without a further ado, let's go ahead and welcome our guests for today, Fer Patel with AI Unleashed and Michael Reimer with AI Unleashed. Hi, Fer. Welcome to the episode. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's great to be here, and it's great to be talking about all things AI.
Awesome, awesome. I know I've been following you for quite some time, and we've had the pleasure to work together as well. You're doing this event in Cancun, AI Unleashed event, your very first event where you're teaching everybody all things about AI. Tell us a little bit about that, and what are your thoughts on AI that's taking over the space today?
Yeah, funny story about the event itself. After I, left high level, a lot of people reached out to me about AI topics. They wanted to do one-on-one with me, and I can't do one-on-one with that many people. So I'm like, let's create an event. And initially,
Hmm.
the idea for me was, I'm like, let's just do an event where we can teach everything about AI to, there'll be one to many, or a lot of teachers will can teach it en masse to a lot of people. But the issue we ran into as well was we planned to do it initially in June. Well, we're thinking June. You know how far that is? How many iterations of ChatGPT will come in along the way? How many new developments will happen along the way? So that's why we pulled it up earlier because of the fact that we know AI is evolving so rapidly right now. It's unbelievable how fast things are evolving. And when you see things online, you're like, oh, it doesn't do it yet. It's going to get there. If people want something, it's going to get there pretty soon. So that's why we launched this event, because a lot of people want to learn hands on. They're watching AI pass by them. They don't have time. So we're creating an event to make time for people to spend time and learn AI within a 3-day intensive.
That's fantastic. The event itself is going to be amazing. It's in an amazing location, Cancun. Come on, why would you not want to go there, right? So you get to enjoy, combine some fun with deep learning about AI. What are you hoping people will come out of after learning from the event?
So the tagline that we branded for our event is build, brand, and bank. So initially it was one of those, hey, that's a cool tagline. Let's put it out there. We like it. But then we kind of built our whole theme around that concept of everyone's going to learn how to build things. So a lot of people build, 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 but you're not there to just keep building. You're there to learn how to make money with it. So how do you build something? Then once you start building it, you need to brand yourself. Like, this is who I am. This is what I do. You need to attract customers. You need to bring them towards you through what you're building. And once you attract customers, you need to close them, and that's how you make bank with it. You make money with it. So that's why we hit the 3 B's there: build, brand, bank. So our goal and the success criteria for us is that people come there and they learn, and out of them multiple topics, if you can zone in on one that you're passionate about, or all of them, but one of them you're passionate about, then you can run with it and start generating an instant return on investment. We've seen this before. I've coached actually one person just on video, just video AI. Got them into. I kind of coached them very subtly at the beginning, kind of got them going, and now they're on their own. They're surpassed me on the video side now because they've been all in on that side, and they have lots of customers coming their way for their video AI needs nowadays. So that's what
That's
my
amazing.
goal, my success would be: seeing people coming there, learning and exceeding me in certain subject areas, because it's only so far you can go when people just narrow down one area. People can become very
Right.
successful.
That's amazing. That's great to know. So you're really taking the builder out of their shell. There's we constantly see this. People get their hands on something and they love just being inside and building, and not take any action. So you're taking the builder to build whatever it is that they want to build and brand it at the event, and then take them to an execution stage so that they can actually, according to you, bank, make money with it, and get it in customers' hands as well.
Yeah, so AI is no different than what people do in the high level space. New people come to high level, they spend months trying to learn it because there's comfort in just learning it.
Right.
And there's discomfort in trying to sell and deal with clients. So a lot of people stay in the learning phase forever and never get into the selling phase. So what we're trying to do, and we see this in the AI space, we see people building vibe coding stuff. They get to 95%. They never launch it. They move on to another project. They move on to another project because they're really awesome at doing the stuff, but they don't know how to take it to the next level and monetize it. So what's one of the things we'll be really focusing on? We have sales experts there as well who will be their objective, and I've had a conversation about them. Their job is to take them out of that comfort zone, challenge people, and see how they would actually sell the product. It's fantastic. You build this amazing application. What are you going to do with it? How you can make money? That's the whole objective. You're not there to keep building. You're there to actually turn that into revenue generating activity.
Right. You're not trying to keep your best idea inside, shielded inside a box. You want to get it out there. You want to market it. You want to brand it. You want to get it into people's hands, and that's how businesses take off. And you're absolutely right. Most people, and we see this, even with our experience at Extendly, being involved in high level, as you touched upon, a lot of people just continue to build and learn, and they stay at that spot, and then they realize that they haven't made any money with it, but they've racked up some expenses because
Yep.
they haven't. Everything costs money, right? Whether it's your time or subscriptions to platforms, all of that, and the opportunity itself. So, yeah, I love the fact that you're taking the approach of from ground up building to actually execution, because that's what really delivers results. And for a business, that's extremely important for them to be able to actually make money with it. So now that we're taking everything we're building with AI and taking it forward to execution, what are some of the AI tools? I've seen you do a lot of video tools to create cool videos and graphics and content. And you mentioned about cloning yourself as well at the event. Walk us through that. How are they going to be able to utilize all those tools to be able to now market the product that they've built as well?
Yeah, so it's a good question around here. What you see, everyone can do videos. It's super easy nowadays to do videos. You see people, when Sora launched, my feed was full of Sora non-stop. And it's kind of died down now because the excitement's gone. But why is everyone going through all that effort if you cannot turn that into something monetizable? Is it just a fun tool you get, like memes, or is it actually something you can realistically generate revenue with? So now this is where you got to take a step back. It's not just a tool. A lot of times people reach out to me saying, "What tool did you use to make this? What tool did you use to make that?" Right? When we did our initial promotional video for the event, I must have received about 20 DMs asking, "What tool did I use?" It wasn't one. Then I had to, honestly, I had to ask my videographer. I'm like, "Hey, what tool did you use?" Because I need to respond back. He's like, "What tool? You mean what tools did I use?" Because it becomes a strategic effort. It's not just AI
Yeah.
anymore. There's still the human element, the strategy. So we did a webinar on that, showing for that one video, we had to use a tool to generate our images. So we take one image and we create a little gallery of all our images. Then we use another tool to animate it. Two separate tools. Then we have to use a video tool to connect all the different B-rolls that we put together, all the rolls that we put together. Then we have
It's a process.
then we have to grab another tool for the sound. Then we have to grab another tool for the specific, minor noise, little action sounds, not the soundtrack, but little sounds. So it's about 5, 6 different tools we have to put together in order for one production to come through. So people are all hoping and looking for, oh, I can use one tool to solve all my problems. That's not the case. So there's still that strategic element. You got to put your hat on. If you're a videographer, videos are not going to, video AI is not going to take you out of business. What it's going to do is give you the resources to do even much more, much faster. So now one person could create this awesome video without a production crew, if you know what you're doing.
Right.
Or else you're going to get all these people, yeah, I can do videos. They'll create those 8-second videos and launch them online. Like, that's not what you need to do. they can connect them all together. So there's a lot of different tools that we're trying to show people how to use them effectively. So videos is one portion, and how to actually strategically incorporate this into your business for revenue generating activity, not just fun, right? Then we're going to go to vibe coding. Lovable is the main one we're going to be talking about because Lovable is one of the sponsors. Everyone there's going to get free credits to Lovable, so we can vibe out on vibe coding. It's something I caught the bug just 3-4 weeks ago. Yeah, 4 weeks ago I caught the bug vibe coding. I'm like, let me just try it. I got into it and then I got addicted to it for about 3 weeks nonstop. I built a whole app ready to go. I'm at 95% ready to go. I just need to do some end-to-end testing one more time and probably launch it next month. And it's a pretty cool tool. Then we're going to go over how to use video stuff again, part of your social media, how to use it for ads. So we're going to show people how to use it part of their marketing efforts on social media side strategically. Then we're going to go into a lot more of the N8N automations. We're going to go into the agent studio as well for high level. We're going to be talking about a lot more tools and functionalities, and we're going to try to connect it all together for everyone.
Fantastic. That sounds amazing. So it sounds like what AI is really capable and is doing here, and according to what you've explained, is, well, first off, building anything's a process. It's not a single tool, it's multiple tools that are put together. But what it maybe has removed the need of is the different people that were required to do a video production, or development of something, right? And now it's reduced that ability, and it's made it easier, and it reduced it down to just one person's capability of and having the know-how of those tools being able to do that, which is amazing. And plus it also reduced the time limit, the time frame that it used to take to do something to merely minutes over days and hours or weeks, sometimes there as well. So with that being said, I want to touch on an important point here. How do you think this is going to affect the agency landscape, where agencies that are or are not utilizing AI in their own businesses to produce results for their customers, whether that's a video ads agency that creates videos, or an automation agency, doing marketing agency, whatever it is that they may be doing? How do you think it's going to impact their businesses with their customers and their relationship?
If an agency is not using AI for themselves or even for their clients, they're going to get crushed. They're going to go out of business because they cannot compete with an agency that is using AI because of the sheer velocity now and the speed. So imagine someone goes to that one company and says, "Hey, I want to do this video production. Okay, it's going to be $5,000 and it'll take 2 weeks." They come to another agency, no problem, we'll do for $1,500 and it'll be done in 2 days. Right? Cost is cheaper, speed is faster. Because
Right.
now the AI agency. So companies are charging people will stick to the traditional agencies, but they're the younger, scrappier agencies coming up now that are growing up and using AI for everything they do, and they use it effectively. I'll put that assumption they're using it well. They're not just doing AI slop, pushing it out there. They're using it well. They're using it strategically. They're putting effort behind it. They're the ones who will start dominating against those who are not even incorporating AI into their business. Because just how are you going to compete? Honestly, let's do a very basic example that everyone can relate to. If you want to create an email sequence, 7-series email sequence, you're going to hire a copywriter. No doubt it'll be probably better because they go out into your avatar, they really hone down on it. Sure, they're going to probably charge you $2,000-$3,000 to get a really good email copy.
Right.
You do it through now let's assume you already trained your ChatGPT, you already has your persona, you already have some guardrails in place, you already have a structure. You can spit out 7 emails in 5 minutes then you go in there, spend another 20 minutes cleaning it up. So in 1 hour, you have 7 emails ready to go versus paying someone thousands of dollars and probably going to take 2 to 3 weeks to give you what you need. And the quality difference, no doubt the human quality will be better, without a doubt. But are you willing to spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for that when you just want to get a sequence out there and move along? So a lot of marketing companies, or a lot of companies hire marketing companies just for hey, I just need some newsletters. I just need some basic stuff going out. We're not looking for scientifically conversion focused emails at this point. You can refine it later, but sometimes they need basic stuff, and that's where they're going to lose the battle.
That's very true. In fact, I've hired copywriters, email copywriters in the past, and paid those type of prices. And then sometimes you're still left wondering whether it performed or not. And I think one of the because of speed with AI, one of the great things that AI allows us to do is reiterate very, very quickly, test things very, very quickly, and see what's actually performing or not performing. And instead of spending $3,000 here at one time, getting a set of five, six, seven emails, and then realizing, well, maybe they didn't perform as well, and the time it took to get those done, right? And an interview that needed to be done with the business owner to find out what is your avatar, what is your business, what's your USP, all of that, and then hoping that the email writer understood it in the manner that we're trying to explain and knows about the landscape of our business and the industry we're in, and is able to craft something. Now, do you think I want to take it a step further than that, though. So yes, I think it's very, very clear, hopefully to everybody, that agencies not using AI will definitely get crushed by agencies that are utilizing AI. But how about agencies that are using AI? Do you think they'll get crushed by owners and businesses wanting to just take it all in-house and do it themselves? What are your thoughts there?
No, I don't think so. I think the work that will be outsourced will be different, but you're still going to need agencies there because agencies live and breathe this every single day. This is what we do day in, day out. Whereas a business owner, he's not there to write copy. So you're a chiropractor, you're a painter, electrician. Sure, they can throw up a quick image using ChatGPT. Great. But they don't understand the whole strategic element, how to build a sales cycle, sales strategy. Sure, they can learn it, but it's the same. They could have learned it all this time, but this is not within their core skill set. This is not what they want to focus their energy on. It's easier and cheaper for them to outsource someone who can just do it for them. That's always going to exist. So people will always outsource skilled work to a third party, but without a doubt, you'll still do it in house. So as agency owners, we can't use ourselves as the examples because our core job is to keep staying on top of it, learning all these things. So I'm going to learn how to design images, design videos. I'm going to learn how to create code. But that's the business we're in. We're going to constantly learn everything around the technology. But if you have a doctor client, you think they're sitting there like, okay, let me figure out how to create a lead generation campaign for this, or building a DBR campaign, database reactivation campaign, or all these jargons that we all know about and we know how they work or how to build a proper funnel. They have no clue what any of that is. I met with doctors. It's a funny story, actually. I had a doctor's appointment last week, and it started with, hey, would you mind if I record this session? We're using AI to transcribe these sessions. So I'm like, you can stop right there. Go for it. Right? Give me the whole pitch. I'm like, I got it. You're transcribing it also. You don't have to spend 10, 15, 20 minutes after the visit to write every single thing down. She's like, yeah, exactly. So as you're speaking, it's already transcribing. It'll give me a summary. It'll tell me my action. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. She's like, oh, you're in technology. I'm like, yeah, I actually work in AI. So then we spent 20 minutes talking about AI. Not the doctor. Nice. I'm like, don't you have patience out there? So we started speaking about AI, talking about how doctors need to, and then she's showing you the software she's using. Like, how come they can't tell me this? I go, they can, but they just haven't done it, that company, because they haven't embraced AI. Because I told honestly, I'm looking at the platform and what they're doing. I go, I could have probably vibe code this for you in about 2 hours. It's a simple thing they needed. It's simple logic. But you're a large company, you have a whole cycle, you have a whole process, and that's what you've been doing. It's harder for larger companies to shift. They'll incorporate AI into their processes, but to release things at a faster pace, it's going to take time for them to shift because they have so many processes and guardrails in place. It's going to get there eventually, and they have to adapt or they're going to fall behind. Right? And then she gave an example of how her husband uses AI. She had a management meeting. He had a management meeting. And like, oh, we need to build an agenda for this. He's like, I'll do it. And he's like, here's the agenda. He's like, oh my God, how'd you do that? All the doctors are blown away. He's like, he just chat GPT'd while the meeting. He's like, okay, we're going to create an agenda for this. And he generate the whole agenda. Most of them don't know anything about it. They just know they heard about it, but they don't use it. I've spoken to friends of mine who work at technology companies. They're software developers, QA. I asked him, do you use AI? He's like, no, we don't. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, no, we don't use AI. I'm like, because some of them are afraid of exposing their code to AI because you're exposing out of your network. So all these things happen, right? But there's still that fear of the unknown. But at the same time, the newer startup companies are embracing it from day one. So the ones that are legacy, they're going to fall behind as well. But we always go through this evolution. For any time there's new technology, it's the new ones that come about. So that's why every few years you see new companies, and they'll start beating the older companies because they've embraced it and they're going at a faster clip.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, in anybody utilizing AI is definitely speeding up their business operations and efficiency, and not only that they're saving cost in terms of monetary cost, but also time as well, right? So, for example, the example you gave about somebody building the agenda and they did it probably in just a few seconds, typing it in there, versus somebody needing to use their brain space and figure things out and talk to a few people and come up with something there. And the transcribing as well of the session. Now you've got you've got much more accurate information available inside from that recording, and it's on your file with that doctor, right? So people are already starting to utilize it in their operations to increase efficiency in their businesses. So coming back to our question of will the business owners want to replace the agency? I think the answer is a clear no there, because they want to utilize the efficiencies of an agency to do the things that they're best at, while the business owner and the team could be improving their operations and do what they're best at inside their business.
Yeah, 100%. So it's the same question as a few years ago. Anyone can run Facebook ads.
Mm-hmm.
And business owners could have done it when they log into the account, run an ad. They'll do it terribly bad, but they'll run it. They can run Google ads. It's all within their grasp, but you hire a team, a specialist, because this is what they focus on. They're good at it. I'm not going to go into a pizzeria saying, I'm going to start cooking pizza, assume I'm great at it. It's going to be a learning curve. I'd rather just order the pizza than me trying to figure out how to make it right now. Right? I can make a pizza, though. That's just a side note. But what I'm trying to say is you're always going to need to outsource specific things that are not your core skill set. But nowadays, what could be helpful with business owners, they can kind of flesh out what they want a little bit more versus saying, hey, I want to kind of build this and you have no idea. Tell them just talk to ChatGPT what you want. Kind of scope out what you want. And once you kind of scope out what you want, then send that over to me. Because nowadays, even if you want to build a software, you want to build a website, I had a design. Actually for the AI Unleashed event, I had a design in mind. I was trying to explain to the designer. He's like, he didn't get it. I'm like, so I went to ChatGPT. I'm like, this is what I'm trying to do. This is how I want it to be. I gave an example. It gave me the design I wanted. I'm like, that's what I wanted. Perfect. Then I gave the designer. I'm like, all right, this is what I want. Now, touch it up, modify a few things, change some of the edge points and so on. So I gave it to him. It was 90% there. He just had to add the last 10%. Right? It was just so much easier. But I did it again because it came back. I'm like, I got this crazy idea. He's like, I have no idea what you want. He just had no idea. I'm like, all right, let me figure it out, because it would be too hard for me to keep explaining to him when I can just keep iterating in ChatGPT. I'm like, create the image. No, not how I wanted. Feedback. No, that's good. Feedback. So I go through my feedback loop in half an hour. I got what I wanted. Then I can ship it off to him. Here, finish it off. Now we're good. Or else that image could have taken, maybe 2 weeks because we're going back and forth, back and forth. Now the iteration cycles are much faster. The loop is faster. The feedback loop. The feedback loop is faster. Even when you're vibe coding, when I started coding it, I had no clue. I'm like, I had an idea. I just started going. I'm like, I don't know what I want yet. I have an idea. But imagine I started that project with a developer, they would have fired me a long time ago because I changed my mind literally every 2 hours. I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted. I re-architected that thing 5 times because I finally understood how it needed to be done. But or else you would have taken a step back for that type of project initially. That a project of the scope that I built out, it took me 3 weeks, probably about $2,000 in AI credits. But realistically, that same project, if I did this 5 years ago with developers, it probably would have taken 9 months and $250,000.
Wow.
Right? No joke. Because you'd have to build the whole project out. You have to get all the requirements out. You got to hire developers. Then you got to have the database architect. Then you got the, you know, you got to have the front end developer. You got to have the back end developer. There's so much stuff going on. Now you can build it out. And no doubt, anyone who's watching this is going to say, "Oh, it's not the same quality. It's not the same." Like, sure, no problem. I'll get it to 90%. Then you go hire a real deal full stack developer. Here, audit my code, review it, give me an end to end, do a security audit, make sure I don't have any glaring security issues, but pay him $10,000, whatever it's going to cost you. It's still saving me 250 minus 12,000, 10 for that guy and 2 for the AI credits. So I saved $238,000. I think that's a pretty good return on investment, right? People are very
Absolutely.
like, oh, it's just vibe coding, yeah, but look at the results you can get with it. So that's why people are building micro SaaSes. One person reached out to me. So he was my first, one of my friends. He reached out to me, said, "Oh, I'm trying to do this. Can I do it in high level?" Then he explained to me he was trying to do it. I'm like, "No, high level's not built for that. You can't. This is not what's the core." He's like, "Okay, what can I do?" I'm like, "Oh, let me vibe code something for you." I said it without thinking about it. I've never vibe coded before. I didn't have a Lovable account yet. This was just mid December. So I came home. Created the account. I'm like, "All right, how do I get started now?" Like, how do I get started? Like, okay, and I went to ChatGPT. I'm trying to do this. This is the idea. I started fleshing out my idea, building the PRD, the product requirements document. Fleshed it out. I'm like, okay, not bad. I copy paste and chat into Lovable. It did its magic. Gave me the interface. I looked at it. Like, that's not bad. In a half an hour, I sent it to him. He's like, "Oh, where'd you get that from?" I'm like, "Oh, I just made it in half an hour." Then we went through this, a couple. We spent now. This is without knowing his business, because he was still sending me his business requirements. I just took whatever ChatGPT already knew. I worked off of that, and then I did some refinement. Then we just had to go in back and forth and refine what he wanted. But now he has a full-fledged application that saves him about 25 hours a week.
Wow.
Now, because before he was doing through Google Sheets and other stuff, now he has an application dashboard that one of his staff members can handle. So I've transferred the whole project over to him. I go, "Here you go. Enjoy."
Wow. Cost savings, time savings, and speed is what AI is delivering to all of us, utilizing those. You touched on a high level just a second ago. Let's talk about high level. High level's got AI built into the platform. We support high level at Extendly as well, and what are your thoughts on high levels AI, specifically their voice and conversational AI tools within the platform?
So I come with a bias, obviously, because I worked at high level on their voice product. From I know the inner workings of it. I know where the limitations are and so on. But what I would say is where high level was a year and a half ago till now is significantly different. Because when they first launched it, it did its job. It's like, okay, I can make the call, the agent answers, and it was still a relatively new concept. Like, voice AI agents were not around. It was there. We know about it, but it wasn't mainstream. So nowadays, it's become mainstream a lot more. People are talking about it. People in high school are like building agents now because it's become so accessible. So their agents are getting better and better. I work with them, giving them feedback as well behind the scenes. On the conversation side, same thing. When I was there initially, it was left a lot to be desired. The platform, it's significantly better. I can say it's 100% better, 200% better than it was initially. But again, it's growing, and high level I think has, I don't know the stats, but I think their AI team itself has probably grown by 500%. The AI side,
Wow.
because when I first started with them, people were developers who were dabbling in AI. Now they're hiring AI specific talent who now specialize on AI, which is significantly different, right? So
Yeah.
they've doubled down, tripled down, or like when you look at job postings, all AI related job postings. So this year it's all about AI for them, and they're really going heavy on the AI side.
That's amazing. Amazing to hear. And yeah, I'm in agreement with you. High Level has improved their platform, specifically on the AI side, several hundred times better than what it was about a year and a half ago, as we talked about. Now, I'm also of the opinion that just as AI itself, as a technology and bunch of different tools, is important for businesses and marketing agencies to utilize in their day to day to get ahead of their competition and increase their efficiency, reduce their costs, and so thus far the profitability could be increased. I also think high level as a tool is just as important for these marketing agencies. In fact, businesses to utilize, if not for anything else, at the very least for the automations and the marketing side of it within their business. And sometimes some businesses may even exceed the use or increase its use more into their operational level as well, where they're sending invoices, contracts, things of that nature, all from, and of course, communication back and forth with their customers with high level as well. There's, by the way, just a quick pause here. If you haven't tried out High Level and you want to sign up for High Level, go ahead and visit gohighlevel.com/try. Sign up for a trial, and you'll absolutely love the platform. In to the tune of that, I will personally say it is difficult for a business to run efficiently, at least their communication and marketing side of it, if you're not using a platform like High Level. And in fact, I don't know of any others that delivers an all-in-one solution like High Level does.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on High Level being equally as important as a technology inside businesses as AI itself is?
So AI, the way I see it nowadays is like high level is your marketing operating system. That's your core right behind. It handles all your automations. That's the beauty of it. And nowadays are those who are, you get people like, oh, I'm vibe coding it. I'm going to replace this. But you're not going to replace high level's core engine. That's what they do incredibly well. What you can do is augment it to add to it. So you know how you have an awesome car? All
Right.
right. Now you're gonna add some, nice mags to it. You're gonna change the look of it. You're gonna add some flair to it. So when you're vibe coding things, so I'm vibe coding things, but I'm connecting it to high level. High level is to my core base. Without that, these applications are gonna be very flimsy as a whole. Because I'm not gonna rebuild all my own SMS engine. I'm not gonna build my email engine. I'm not gonna build a bunch of the automations. I can tap into automation. I can tap into the emailing. I can tap into all the SMS. Like there's a lot of work behind all these things. I don't want to rebuild all that. So why not tie into an engine that already has everything ready to go? So those who are not using high level in terms of a marketing platform, an automation platform, they really need to check it out because it will solve a lot of problems. It's some days you wake up like, okay, what happens if you didn't have high level? What high level shuts down as a company? It's not going to happen. But if they were shut down as a company, what would you need to do to continue your business today? How many
Oh
different
man.
software subscriptions would you need to get going? Again,
Oh man.
I think that would just imagine that thought. Like how many I would be thinking, okay,
Yeah.
now I need a voice AI provider, and I need a conversation AI provider. That's two separate companies. I need to figure out what am I doing with my emails, what am I going to do with my SMSs, what am I going to do with my landing page, my funnel builder, what am I going to do for automation? So 6 different solutions right now as a core without even digging into other things that I work on. Six
And
different.
not only Right, and not only that, there's the that you need the six different solutions, and we're just touching on the core parts of it, right? Where we haven't even gone into like affiliate manager, social media planner, and all of the other useful stuff that High Level provides. But they also need to talk to each other. They also need to be integrated. Now you need another integration layer to make all of them work, and then you need a data layer like a CRM where it can enter in all of the contact information and the data related to that contact related to them all at once as well, which is extremely difficult to do without it not having break all the time.
So yeah, you just mentioned social planner. That's a seventh one I would have to consider as well. Then you need your glue like a Zapier, Make, N8N. So eight, right? Eight solutions right there. But it's and then things will go wrong because even before high level, when I was running in my agency, I was band-aiding things together, hoping if something breaks along the way, the whole chain breaks. If for some reason your Zapier subscription, you hit your limits, or an error happened, or it didn't work, everything downstream it fails. And you don't
Right.
realize it until like, hey, why are I getting this complaint? Then you dig into it, like, oh, that happened. So that's where high level's core engine it still can't be beat in terms of what it's able to deliver on, because that's their value proposition as a whole. So as much as people are saying, you hear people talking about, oh, vibe coding, I don't need high level anymore, or I can vibe code my own stuff. Okay, these are amateurs who are just saying that because it's exciting. They feel they're empowered, but realistically, there's a lot of work that goes behind a company like High Level. They have probably 1,700 employees, and that's not a small business anymore. They have a lot. They have like 600, 700 developers that are constantly building on these things. So vibe coding is fun. It's not an enterprise until you grow it. But if you can segment and make high level your core, your brain, your 80%, and then you create solutions around it, then it becomes a win-win. Leave the heavy lifting to high level, and you create the better user experiences around it. Because look, realistically, high levels have never been amazing at their user UI UX, but
Right.
it works, and we all accept that it works. But the UI UX, they're improving it. So why complain about it when you just can create a new solution yourself that connects to all their backend, your APIs, all your solutions? Do what you want. Like you're working through their onboarding experience, build your own onboarding experience now and plug into their APIs. Stop complaining and create a solution. The solution's quick. So now this is where instead of always waiting for them or trying to force yourself into making this thing work here, don't do that anymore. Be strategic about it because now you can do a lot more around high level. So on your point, it's a core marketing engine. Let it be that. And where it falls short or where you're trying to make it do more, we can create solutions around that nowadays.
That's a great point. Use it for what it does really really well, and then when you get into customization for own use case, create the solution that's needed through vibe coding as you need that. That's fantastic. What are your top three features that you use the most, or you believe are the most useful for businesses of high level? I know you use high level in your own business on a regular basis. So, what are the top three features that you rely on, or you think businesses should absolutely utilize?
Well, it depends on the business. So if you're a small business, SME, which is kind of high level's primary user base as a whole, but I
Hmm.
think with a caveat because voice AI is one that I live and breathe for the last 18 to 20 months now. Like that's why I've been in the whole time. And when people think of high level, generally, oh, it's good for small businesses or medium sized businesses. However, I'm using voice AI for an enterprise client for their enterprise clients. So when I mean enterprise clients, I mean enterprise clients across the US, the well known franchises that we all know in the US. So it doesn't mean it's only limited. It depends on how you use it. So a lot of times it's user error. A lot of times. Oh, it doesn't work because you didn't set up your prompt correctly. You didn't do this correctly. Yes, it could be made easier. High level can make it easier for you, but High level is cordial. They can just give you all the tools. It's up to you how to use it. A lot of times,
Right.
they could have packaged up, made it nicer, but they give you all the tools. But voice AI is one of those amazing, powerful tools. Unlimited pricing. You can go to town and make money on that. If you go to unlimited $97, $97 price, I see people charging $1,500 setup for and $997 a month without breaking a sweat. So they sold 5 clients, and they're only paying $97 per client. And then rinse repeat. It's the same thing they do over and over and over again for a niche. So this is a core that a lot of people who are selling to small businesses need to offer. It's a no-brainer. The other solutions people have to offer is live chat widgets, having the conversational AI piece if they want it on their website. Because a lot of times you go to a website, I hate this tremendously. You go to a website, they give you a form. It's one of those weird WordPress forms. You submit the information, then it gives a little message in line. Your message has been sent, and no one ever gets back to me.
Yeah.
Why? I'm like, why do you have a form on your website if you're never gonna respond back? Why? So have a chat agent on the page, have an agent that someone can talk to, or Aloha gives you the option of send an SMS to the person. They can respond back. Because so many times people just are bleeding leads on simple things because they launched the website, they paid they got a template, they launched it, and now they're live and they forgot about it. I'm like, this is your leaky bucket right here. You're losing all these leads because you're not responding back. They might be going to an inbox that you're not even checking. It keeps happening, right?
Right.
So live chats, voice AI agents, obviously the funnels or the landing page, the website. And the beauty is, if you're not happy with the templates or the funnels at high level, use one of these tools like the Vibe Code one, make a website in 5 minutes. It looks nice. Embed it within your high-low landing page if you want, and you're good to go. Don't let limitations hold you back. Stop making excuses. Work around the excuses. Too many times people complain like, oh, it's not working because of this, or high level doesn't do this. Like, yeah, so what? Find a way around it. Don't let these roadblocks be your excuse. Find a solution. That's what
Play the cards you're dealt and don't complain about it.
Yeah, but too many times people complain like, "Oh, I'm not successful because of this. If only they had this one feature, I would be successful." I'm like, no, it's not like that ever.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when you get into that sort of mindset, then you just continue to find things to complain about instead of executing. Execution is what actually delivers. Again, I do want to say, if you haven't signed up to our audience that are watching this or listening to it, if you haven't signed up for High Level, I strongly suggest you start your trial. Go ahead and visit gohighlevel.com/try and start your trial there. And if there's any help needed, no worries. Let us know. We'd be happy to help there as well. Now, Fer, I do want to ask you, your event's coming up very, very soon. What are the dates for the event again?
It is January 28th to the 30th. That's next Wednesday to Friday. People are arriving on the 27th. Some people are arriving on the 26th. Some people are arriving earlier. So
Nice.
those are like core dates. And one of the things that we're trying to be different this event. People will experience a difference. It's not an event where people are speaking from the stage. They're not going to be talking to you one to many. It's going to be a workshop style. You're going to be following along. You're going to be working. The coach is going to lead you with them, pull you with them, versus just talking to you. Because you've been to events, I've been to so many events where you listen to it, oh, that's fantastic, and then you feel excited, then you leave and nothing came about. Then you go back to your daily day. So the success criteria for me over here is you walk away with new tools in your toolkit. That can never be forgotten. It's your tool that you have. You build your artifacts. Artifacts, I mean your agents, your vibe-coded platform, your videos, your images, things for your business. You're building all these assets for your business. These are things you can walk away with. New trainings, we're going to teach you how to sell these things. And we want people to present to demo it. And the best part is being there. I know what I know a certain way. Now, when I'm with other people, I'm like, oh, I didn't know you can do that. Oh, I didn't know that shortcut. Oh, that's cool. That's the idea, because so many times people don't realize it. I shared something very, very trivial. I just assumed everyone knew about it, but it kept coming up. It's such a trivial thing. I'm just using Zoom as an example. All the time on a Zoom call, someone's going to put a comment saying, can you zoom in on the whatever you're sharing? Like, you don't need to ask them. On your own mouse, you just zoom in with your mouse pad, and you zoomed in. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't need to ask. But
You
people
learn the little things.
people have been doing this for 5, 6 years and they never realize they can do that. And I'm not a power user. Like, oh my god, I didn't know you could do that. So
Yeah.
I might be a power user for something, but I see you do something differently. I'm like, well, I didn't know you could do that. Because once we become kind of stuck in our ways, this is how we always do it a certain way. We need someone else to do something a little bit differently for me to emulate them. Like, that was pretty cool. I'm doing it in 9 steps and you broke it down to 4. That's pretty cool. So you only learn that when you're in that moment, or or someone is showing you, you're following along with them, then you're gonna learn it. If you're watching a YouTube video, everyone's different. YouTube video, I'm passive. I'll see messages popping up. Oh, I get a phone call. Then I'm listening to it passively. I'm not really absorbing it. But when you're in the room, you have no choice. No choice.
Yeah.
You have no choice but to be present
And focused.
Yeah, so that's kind of why we did in person, because you can learn anything online. You can learn Facebook online. You can learn anything. But why do people go to these events in person? For the networking, for the connections, to learn in person and teach one another through experiences. It's the non-learning environment is where people are going to be learning a lot more as well.
Right, right, and I like that you when you mentioned that it's the exposure. You're exposed to a lot of different ways of different people doing different things. Picking up on these small, little, tiny, sometimes even gigantic changes or ways of doing things that you can employ and bring back for yourself in as a learning from events like this. When you get in the room with the right people, the right teachers, the coaches that actually want to guide you and get you through. Now I know there's you guys are, I believe you guys are nearly sold out, right? Only a handful of tickets left, or are you sold out by this time?
No, we're almost there. We sold
Almost there.
VIP. VIP. I made a mistake. I'm like, VIP, no problem. I just kind of said yes a lot of times until I took it down after a certain point. I think we're sold out. Setting up the VIP became a logistical nightmare because our group got so big.
Wow.
It got so big, our group, for the VIP portion, that people could not accommodate groups over 15 people or over 20 people. So this was like a whole journey I had to go through. I'm like, okay, look, I got this many people. How do we do this? It's like, okay, we're going to have to take turns. Like, no, everyone has to go at the same time. We cannot do taking turns. I don't want that. So I got it sorted out. But yeah, I should have pulled the VIP plug earlier. Didn't realize.
So you're sold out on the VIP. There's some general tickets, a few of them still left. Where does somebody go to if they want to attend the event? I know it's coming up very quickly.
Yeah,
where does somebody?
AI Unleashed Intensive.com, or they can, if they remember my name over here, they can DM me and I can link them to it as well if they don't remember it. Or in the description, we'll drop the link as well. But only a few more days. I don't know how much longer I can keep updating the hotel with all the attendees. So if they're interested, they got to go fast.
Fantastic. So AI Unleashed Intensive.com.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to grab a ticket and attend the event, visit AI Unleashed Intensive.com or find Fer Patel on social media. Where can somebody connect with you if they want to connect with you?
Just on Facebook or Instagram. I respond back to all messages, unless you're trying to spam me and or pitch me on your service. But in general, I make it a point that I will respond back to every single DM I get, whether I'm gonna accept it or not. I'm like, no, I'm not interested. I'll respond back. But so if anyone who's watching this video here, and they get to this point over here when I'm saying, feel free to reach out to me, take me up on my challenge, DM me, and I will respond back to you. So it's a good way for me to also know how many people get all the way to the end. I've done this with another podcast before. I've done this with a podcast before, saying, if you got to this point, DM me, let me know you got to this point. Because I'll know that you listened to the whole podcast, so it's great. So I had a handful of people reach out to me, which was great. So it's my challenge to them. You got this far, feel free to DM me, let me know that you got this far, and how I can help you out.
There you go. We got an open challenge for you. If you're this far, now you know how to connect with Fer Patel, and he is happy to assist and answer questions, whether it's AI related or high level. Fer is an expert in both of those subjects. there as well. And he's always available in coaching calls, in different webinars and podcasts, providing value. For thank you so much for joining us here today, and sharing your thoughts on AI and AI for agencies and businesses. I hope your event goes really, really well. I know you guys are about to be sold out. So for one last time, it's AIUnleashedIntensive.com. If you're on the fence, right now is the time to go and grab your tickets so you can be in Cancun in the same room with Fer Patel and lots of other speakers there as well, where you'll get to, you mentioned build, brand, and bank, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
And just
Fantastic.
last plug, thanks to Extendly for being the official white label sponsor for the event itself. So, we appreciate your support over here. As a support,
Fantastic.
we appreciate your support as a support company as well. There you go.
That's what we're here to do. We're here to support everybody we can. So thank you. You guys are awesome. So excited to be sponsoring the event with you guys there. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching or listening to our very first episode. We will see you again next one. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.